Do you think everybody has a conscience? Juliet is from a very poor background. Her family is so poor that people in her community use them to set example when they are describing someone who is poor. In fact, their name is poverty. Juliet's parents are so poor that they cannot afford to eat three times daily. Juliet and her siblings eat only once every day. Her parents gave birth to 10 children and she was the first child. People often say the family is made poorer by the number of children Juliet's parents had to feed. None of the children are going to school because Juliet's parents cannot afford to send any of them to school. They cannot even afford the government schools, which are free, because they are often not able to pay for uniforms for their children. All the 10 children are always at home when their mates are going to school. Juliet is the first child of her family, so a lot was expected from her. She is currently 20 years old and men are already looking at her as a potential wife. Her parents are looking forward to giving her away as a wife to any man who can pay her bride price. The reason that her bride price can at least buy food for them for a month or two. But Juliet does not want to get married. She wants to go to school. Although she has never gone to school, it is always in her mind. I will never give up on my ambition to go to school. I will make sure I acquire Western education. I don't want to end up like my parents, who just gave birth to a lot of children. This has made my family poor. Life is not all about marriage. I want to be more than just a housewife. Even if I get to the age of 100, I will still make sure I go to school. I have made it as a vow and nothing will make me to give up. Julia said in her heart one evening when she was sitting in her father's compound and thinking about her life. Luckily for her, her mother's sister, Auntie Cheta, has promised to come back to the village and take her to the city, where she was going to be enrolled in a school. Cheta worked as a nurse at an orphanage home, which also functions as a hospital. She was the owner. Cheta has become a rich woman, such that she built a very big house in the village. She is not married, but she is very rich. Many girls in the village want to have money like her. I can't wait for Auntie Cheta to come tomorrow. I'm happy that my departure from this village is so near. When I leave, I will not come back until I have made it. I don't want to remain in my poor family. Someone has to make money and change the situation of this family. And I believe that person is me. This is why God made me the first child. The responsibility fell on my shoulders and I'm ready to carry it. For me to be able to change the situation in my family, I have to become educated. I'm so glad Auntie Cheta promised to enroll me in a school, Juliet said in her heart. The next day, Cheta arrived the village as promised. When Cheta comes to the village, she often doesn't waste time before going back to the city of Lagos. She goes back the same day because she is a very busy woman with a lot of work to do at the orphanage. She drove her jeep into Juliet's parents' house and told them she had come to take Juliet to Lagos as agreed. I want to turn her life around so that she will help the family. At least one person among your 10 children should be a graduate. I will train her from primary school to university. Even though she is above the age of going to primary and secondary school, I will enroll her in adult school so that she will stay there and learn some basic things before going to the university. The most important thing is that she has the ambition to go to school. I will help her. Please, go inside and pack your things. Let us go. Auntie Cheta said with a smile. Juliet was overjoyed as she entered Cheta's car after saying her final goodbye to her parents and siblings. Auntie Cheta's car felt so cold because it was air-conditioned. Juliet felt as if she should not come out from the car anymore. Are you happy that you are going to Lagos? Cheta asked Juliet as they were driving on the expressway. Of course I'm happy. It has always been my dream to travel out of that village. My parents are so poor that I always feel ashamed of my family. I want to make it in life, like you, so that I will be able to help my family. I want to be the one to lift my family out of poverty, Juliet said happily. I love that ambition. You are such an ambitious girl. I'm going to turn your life around. When you are coming back to the village, you will have money, Cheta said. They did not get to Lagos on time. It was already midnight when Auntie Cheta drove into her compound in Lekki. When Julia saw the beautiful mansion Cheta built there, she wondered if it was just nursing or there was another thing Cheta does for a living. Auntie Cheta, you are doing well. Oh. I want to be like you when I grow up. Look at your house in the village and you still have this mansion in Lagos. Wow, you are such a big inspiration to me, Julia said happily. My dear, we are trying our best. Don't worry, you too will make money. Let us go to work. People will be waiting for me at the orphanage right now, Cheta said. Juliet was shocked that at that time of the night, Cheta was talking about work. You mean we are going to work this night? Juliet asked. Of course, our work happens all the time, Cheta responded as Juliet pinched herself and began to think about the kind of work it might be. They did not drive to the orphanage because it was just a stone's throw from Cheta's house. In fact, she was the owner of the orphanage. She also owns the hospital beside it. When they got to the orphanage, Cheta took Juliet to a one-room apartment with a handsome young man in it. The man looked well-nourished and well taken care of. Juliet wondered who the man was, but she would soon find out. This is your room, and this man here is your man. This man will get you pregnant. When you give birth, we will give the baby out for 10 million. There are barren women looking for children and they always come here to birth babies. If you give birth to twins, we will give them out for 20 million. You will stay here and do this for 5 years and then I will settle you with 5 million. Within those 5 years, you must give birth to 5 children. Each baby you give birth to you will entitled to 1 million, which I will save for you. In 5 years, you will have 5 million and I will settle you. This is the job I do, and this was how I got rich. If you do this, you will also become rich and you will be able to help your family. Go inside so that you people will start. From now to 9 months, you should be pregnant. Cheta said as she left the place without giving Juliet the chance to respond. I have gotten myself into a serious problem. Who sent me to come to Lagos? I should have stayed in the village, Juliet said tearfully. Juliet did not know what to do. She does not know anyone in Lagos apart from Auntie Cheta, who just delivered her into the hand of a strange man. But even in her confusion, she was determined not to allow any man to touch her at the orphanage home. She saw that the place was not really an orphanage home, but functioned as a baby factory. Auntie Cheta was busy making money by sending babies to barren women in search of children by all means. Even that night, Juliet looked around and saw many young ladies who are pregnant. Is this what she wants me to be doing in Lagos? This woman is evil. I will not allow her to turn me into a baby making machine. She wants to sell all the babies in my womb. I will not allow her to do that to me. It is against our culture to buy and sell babies. Even if I'm going to get pregnant, I'm not going to sell the baby when I give birth. No matter the amount given to me, I will reject it, Juliet said in her heart. The man given to her by Auntie Cheta was already in bed waiting for her. Do quick and come to bed, let us start work. If you don't do the work, you will not make your money. In the next 9 months, you should have a baby which would fetch you 1 million from Madam. It is a lucrative business. You don't have to raise the child yourself. All you have to do is just give birth and the child will be given to a barren woman. This is a very good business. Please, come to bed, let us make babies, the man said to Juliet. Juliet did not pay him any attention. In fact, she has not stepped her feet into the room. The whole idea was disgusting to her. After waiting for a long time without getting any sign that Juliet was going to come to bed to join him, the man decided to come out and drag her. However, immediately he laid his right hand on Juliet. She gave him a very hot slap. The slap was so strong that the man tumbled on the floor 3 good times before settling down on the floor. Don't you ever touch me. If you ever lay your hands on me again, I will cut you off. I'm not your wife, and you have no right to call me to bed. I will only go to bed with my husband. I will never be with you in bed. Get into your head. Don't say I did not warn you. I came to Lagos to hustle, not to make babies for sale. Juliet tells the man, who was still recovering from the painful slap delivered to his left cheek. That night, Juliet was reported to Cheta. She called Juliet to her office. You think you came to Lagos to stay idle? I brought you here to work. I brought you here to be useful to yourself and to help your family. Your family in the village is languishing in poverty. You are your parents' first child, and there are a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder. You need to be strong. You need to do what needs to be done. Why did you slap the man? You are supposed to allow him do the job he was assigned to do with you. Why did you slap him? Cheta asked with a loud voice. The time was around 2 a.m. and Juliet was wondering if Lagos people do not sleep. People were still up and we are still walking around in the orphanage home. Auntie Cheta, I'm disappointed in you, to be honest. So you own this place? You establish a baby factory to buy and sell babies? So this is how you made your money. This is how you built a mansion in Lagos and in the village. And you brought me here to join the business? Well, I'm not going to do it. And you cannot force me to do what I don't want to do. I will not join this kind of evil business. I cannot give birth to babies only for you to sell them like goats in the open market. You can go to hell, Juliet said firmly. How dare you speak to me in that manner? How dare you talk to me like that? Am I your age mate? I did not bring you to Lagos to insult me. I brought you here to work for me. Let me tell you, you must do the job I brought you here to do. You said you were ready to work and to be like me. Why are you now giving me headaches? Don't try me. If you try me, I'm going to make sure you regret following me to Lagos. Auntie Cheta said angrily. I'm not afraid of you. I have told you I will not be part of your evil business. I'm not going to get pregnant for you. You can go to hell, but I'm not going to allow that man to touch me even if you tie my legs and hands. Please, take me back to the village. It is better for me to live in poverty than to join your evil business. I want to go back to the village and be with my parents, Juliet said. Her anger had increased, but her voice remained firm and strong. Her confidence infuriated Cheta. Cheta picked a phone on her table and made a call. Within a few minutes, a man with big muscles arrived in the office. Juliet looked at the man and concluded he might be the security man at the orphanage. The man looked thin and there were no smile on his face. Take this girl and lock her up. Don't give her food or water until she agrees to do the job she has come here to do. She is refusing to work and she has the guts to talk back when I was talking. Make sure she suffers until she begs for forgiveness. Auntie Cheta said. The man seized Juliet and lifted her up. No matter how she tried to free herself from the man's grip, she failed. You must learn a lesson, Cheta said, as Juliet was taken away and locked up in a dark dungeon within the orphanage home. The dungeon where Juliet was locked up is a very dark place. She has stayed there now for 5 days and no one has given her food or water. Every day, Cheta visits Juliet at the dungeon and asks her if she was ready to do the work she came to Lagos to do. But Juliet always rejects the job. Cheta has said until she agrees to get pregnant and give birth to babies, no one was going to give her food or water. You think you are strong, right? You think I will release you from here because you are my sister's daughter? You think I will let you go because you are my family member? Let me tell you, I have locked people up here before and they died and nothing happened to me. Even the police know the type of business that I do here. Even if you report me to the police, nothing will be done to me. I usually settle the police. You should save yourself from death by agreeing to do what I told you. Once you agree to allow that man touch you, I will release you from here and you'll be given food and water. However, if you continue to give me headache, I will also give you headache. You will remain inside this dungeon until you die. Cheta said on the 5th day when she came to check on Juliet. Juliet was already looking very tired. Since she came to Lagos, she has not eaten any food, neither has she drank water. She looked very pale and worn out. It is true that she wants to eat, but that does not mean she would do what was against her personal values. I want to eat and I need water to drink, but the truth is that I cannot allow that man to touch me. I will not become your baby making machine. I will not be making babies for you to be selling. No matter how much I suffer, I will not allow myself to go into your evil business. No matter how much money you offer me, I will not do it. I would rather die in this dungeon than do what you want. Like I said on the day that I arrived here, you can go to hell. You are a disgrace to womanhood, Cheta, and I'm highly disappointed in you. I never knew this was how you were making money. Everyone thought you were a nurse, but you are just using that as a cover-up. Well, I'm not going to join you, Juliet said firmly. Her voice was sounding very low due to hunger and tiredness. She has lost a lot of weight and her neck looks tiny and long, like that of a giraffe. Yet, she had refused to give up. All right, you will remain here then. You think your arrogancy will make me to release you. I will get what I want. I have seen tougher women than you, but they still bowed to me and did what I wanted them to do. Your man is in the room waiting for you. Just agree right now and I will release you. Just say yes to my demands and you will be free. I will give you food, water, and you'll be allowed to take your bath. You will then go into the room and start work with the handsome young man I have provided for you. But if you refuse to do this, you will remain in this dungeon and you will die here. I will just take your dead body to your mother and lie to her about why you died. I will just tell her that you were sick and she will believe me, Cheta said. She was not ready to release Juliet, despite seeing that she was already very tired, weakened by hunger and thirst. So you think this suffering will make me to start giving birth to babies for you? Let me tell you, I'm different from those girls outside there. I'm different from the ones who open their legs and get pregnant. I'm different from the people who give you babies in exchange for money. I'm a different breed, and you will not get such a thing from me. I will resist you, and I will leave this place alive. Juliet said. She was still adamant. She could not stand again. All her strength were gone, and even the way she talked, one could see that she was weak due to hunger. She might die soon if she does not feed. Look at you. You would have enjoyed yourself greatly If you accepted to do your job, if you had accepted to be a good baby braider for me, I would have rewarded you with a lot of money. I would have built you a good house. I would have built a house for your parents in the village. I would have made sure you own your own house here in Lekki. But just take a look at you, what you've turned yourself into. You have become like a laughing stock. Just a simple job that other ladies are doing. But you are proving to be holier. It is not as if you are doing it for free. I'm going to pay you handsomely. You will get a lot of reward for getting pregnant and bearing children for me. Well, you will die here as long as you continue to resist me. I don't care that you are my relative, Cheta said. She left the dungeon. I prefer to die here than to allow that man to touch me. I prefer not to live than to give birth to babies and then you will give them out for money. I'm not a baby making machine. You will not get what you want from me, Juliet said. Because of hunger, she had got so weak, such that talking was becoming almost impossible. But I'm so hungry and weak. I don't want to die. I need to get out of this place alive. Maybe I should just give up and accept to get pregnant. Maybe I should stop resisting her. Cheta is more powerful than me. If I knew, I would have stayed in the village. Coming to Lagos was a mistake. Juliet tells herself. Tears were rolling down her eyes. On her sixth day in the dungeon, Juliet was almost dead. In fact, she could not talk anymore. When Cheta came to visit her, she could no longer talk back at her. Cheta knew that she had successfully crushed Juliet's spirit, soul, and body. She knew there was no way she was going to resist her again. This is what she does to ladies who come into the orphanage and try to resist her. She often denies them food and water for several days until they give up and accept her demands. You think I was joking when I said there will be no food or water for you until you accept my demands? I was not joking. I'm here for a serious business. You probably think I was going to pity you and send you back to the village. No, my dear, I mean business. I'm not joking here. This was how I got rich. There is no way I will leave the business. Whether you like it or not, you will be one of my baby breeders. There is nothing you can do about it, Cheta said mockingly. Juliet did not respond with the same level of resistance as she did the previous day. Are you now ready to do what I want? Have you accepted to be one of my baby breeders? If you're ready, I will order them to bring you out of this place and give you food. You will have every good things, but you must first allow that man to get you pregnant. If you are ready to follow my instructions, you can stand up and you'll be freed from this dungeon. A delicious plate of food is waiting for you in your room. After that, you can allow the man there to do his job, Cheta said. Juliet wanted to stand up, but she was too weak. She fell when she made the attempt to stand on her feet. The same security man who brought her there came to help her up. The security man carried Juliet on his shoulders and took her to one-room apartment. Juliet was served a plate of fried rice and chicken. She ate very aggressively and finished the food within a few seconds. Julia did not use spoon to eat because the spoon was too small for her. Instead, she used her hand to pack the rice and to pour it into her mouth with speed. When she finished eating, she started regaining her strength. She started sweating and feeling like a human being again. She drank a whole bottle of water, but she wanted more. In fact, if she could get another plate of food and bottle of water, she would still finish everything. She demanded for another plate of food, but it was not given to her. Now enter the room and start work, or you'll be taken back to the dungeon. I'm sure you don't want to go back there. You don't want to go through suffering again. You should better enter the room and carry out my instructions. This is all I demand from you. Just give me babies and we'll be in good terms, Cheta said. She has refused to go back to her office since Juliet was brought out from the dungeon. She wants to see to it that she was in bed with the young man before her mind would be at rest. Juliet agreed to go to bed with the man. She entered the room with the handsome man and the door was tightly locked. It was only then that Auntie Cheta left the scene so that Juliet and the handsome man would be alone in private. Do you really want to touch me like this? I mean, do I look attractive? I'm even smelling. I mean, I've not taken a shower for the past 6 days. Do you sincerely want to touch a lady who hasn't bathed for 6 days? During the time I was in the dungeon, do you know that I was seeing my monthly visitor? Are you not perceiving the odor? I look so dirty. If I were you, I will not touch any lady who smells. Why not allow me to go and take my bath? When I come back, I will give you what you want passionately. Let me just visit the restroom quickly and shower. I will be back to meet you. Besides, there are many more days for you and me to enjoy ourselves in this room, Julia said. Please, there is no need to take your bed. If I allow you to leave this place without doing the job, I'll be sacked by Madam Cheta. Please, let us do it like that. I don't mind the order. She has said we must do it today, and I don't want to find her trouble by allowing you to go out. You have to get pregnant as quickly as possible. The handsome young man said. He was already in bed waiting for Cheta to join him. Please, let me just take my shower. I'm ashamed of how I smell. Just show me where the bathroom is. I will still come back to meet you. I just need something like 5 minutes. It will even be less than 5 minutes. I just want to shower and clean up so that I will look good for you. Please, just 5 minutes. No one will even know that I stepped outside. In fact, Cheta will even think we have done the job. Juliet said. She was able to convince the young man, and he showed her the public bathroom in the orphanage home. He also gave her a bucket of water and soap. Thank you very much, Juliet said as she leaves the room. Juliet went into the bathroom, shown to her, and quickly showered. But when she was done, she decided she would not go back to the young man waiting for her. I will be a foolish girl if I go back. I'm going to escape, Julia said. She looked into the bathroom window and saw that she could see the outside world. She saw cars passing on a tiled road close to the orphanage home. There was no fencing. She squeezed herself through the tiny bedroom window and escaped from the orphanage home. So, besties, what do you think will happen to Juliet as she has escaped? Kindly share with me in the comment section. Give the story a thumbs up and share the story with your loved ones also. Subscribe to this channel if you have not done so by now. Until I bring another story your way. Bye.